Howdy folks. If you are one of those who loves a good math puzzle any time of the day, you are in luck. Terrific trivia and fun facts brings to you today 30 mind-bending math puzzles that'll challenge your brain. The puzzles will get harder as you go along, so watch till the end to test your mental mettle. Let's get started. Number 30. Mom and dad have 4 daughters, and each daughter has 1 brother. How many people are in the family? Answer: 7. Number 29. I add 6 to 11 and get 5. How is this correct? Answer: when you think of time, it is. Add 6 hours to 11 a.m., and it is 5 p.m. Number 28. There are 12 fish in a pond. Half of them drown. How many are left? Answer: none. Fish don't drown, they swim. Number 27. You go to the doctor because you are ill, and he prescribes you with 3 pills and tells you to take them every half hour. How long do the pills last you? Answer: an hour, because the first pill doesn't take 30 minutes to take. Number 26. How do you go from 98 to 720 using just one letter? Answer: read the first number as 98. Add an x between 90 and 8. 90 into 8 equals 720. Number 25. 2 men are playing chess. They play 5 games and each man wins 3 games. How is this possible? Answer: they are not playing against each other. They are playing against different opponents. Number 24. There is an empty basket that is 1 foot in diameter. What is the total number of eggs that you can put in this empty basket? Answer: only 1 egg. Once you put an egg into the basket, it's no longer an empty basket. Number 23. The farmer says, I only ever keep sheep, goats, and horses. In fact, at the moment they are all sheep bar 3, all goats bar 4, and all horses bar 5. How many does he have of each animal? Answer: the farmer has 3 sheep, 2 goats, and 1 horse. Number 22. There are 25 red balls, 47 green balls, and 3 blue balls in a basket. What is the minimum number of balls that the blind man has to pick to make sure that there are at least 2 balls of different colors? Answer: 48 balls. There is a small chance he may pick up 47 green balls in a row. Number 21. Leon works at the aquarium. When he tries to put each turtle in its own tank, he has 1 turtle too many. But if he puts 2 turtles per tank, he has 1 tank too many. How many turtles and how many tanks does Leon have? Answer: 4 turtles and 3 tanks. Number 20. If a hen and a half lay an egg and a half in a day and a half, how many eggs will half a dozen hens lay in half a dozen days? Answer: 2 dozen. Both the number of hens and the amount of time available has increased 4-fold, so the number of eggs increases 16 times. 16 by 1.5 equals 24. If you're liking the content, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to Terrific Trivia and Fun Facts. Number 19. An athlete can jump forever. However, every time she jumps, she goes half as far as her prior jump. On her very first jump, she goes half a foot. On her second jump, she goes a quarter of a foot, and so. How long will it take her to get a foot away from her starting point? Answer: she will never travel a full foot because the distance keeps being reduced by half. Number 18. How can you add 8 eighths to get the number 1000? Answer. 888 plus 88 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 equals 1000. Number 17. An apple is 40 cents, a banana is 60 cents, and a grapefruit is 80 cents. How much is a pear? Answer. 40 cents, because the price of each fruit is calculated by multiplying the number of vowels by 20 cents. Number 16. In a lake, there is a patch of lily pads. Every day, the patch doubles in size. If it takes 48 days for the patch to cover the entire lake, how long would it take for the patch to cover half the lake? Answer. On the 47th day the patch will be half the size it is on the 48th day, since the patch doubles in size every day. Number 15. A snail is at the bottom of a 30-foot pole. Every day, it climbs 3 feet upwards but slips down 2 feet at night. How many days will it take for the snail to reach the top of the pole? Answer. 28 days. On the 28th day, the snail will climb 3 feet during the day and reach the top. Number 14. If it were 2 hours later, it would be half as long until midnight as it would be if it were an hour later. What time is it now? Answer. 9 p.m. At 11 p.m., it's 1 hour to midnight, and at 10 p.m., it's 2 hours to midnight. Number 13. What single digit appears most frequently between and including the numbers 1 and 1000? Answer. The most common digit is 1. Every number 1 to 9 appears exactly the same number of times in every 10 numbers. But because we included the number 1000, there's an extra occurrence of the number 1. Number 12. What is the smallest number that increases by 12 when it is flipped and turned upside down? The answer is 86. When it is turned upside down and flipped, it becomes 98, which is 12 more than 86. Number 11. A duck was given $9, a spider was given $36, and a bee was given $27. Based on this information, how much money would be given to a cat? Answer. $18, $4.50 per leg. Number 10. How can you make the following equation true by drawing only one straight line? 5 plus 5 plus 5 equals 550. Can you figure it out? Answer. There are 2 ways to do so. 1. Draw a line on the first plus sign to turn it into a 4. 2. Change the equal symbol to a crossed out equal symbol, which means not equal to. Number 9. 7 people meet each other and each shakes hands only once with each of the others. How many handshakes will be there in total? Answer. 21 handshakes. The first person shakes the hand of 6 others, the second person shakes the hand of 5 remaining people, and so on. So the total handshakes is 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 equals 21. Number 8. Tom is in charge of shipping and he can place 10 small boxes or 8 large boxes into a carton. A total of 96 boxes were sent in one shipment. The number of small boxes was less than large boxes. What is the total number of cartons he shipped? Answer. 11 cartons. If 96 boxes are shipped, the large boxes in the cartons must be a multiple of 8, which means either 16 or 56 large boxes. Since there are more large boxes in the cartons than the small ones, the number of large boxes must be 56, which requires 7 cartons. This makes number of small boxes to be 40, which requires 4 cartons. Number 7. A carton contains apples that were divided into 2 equal parts and sold to 2 traders, Ben and Smith. Ben had 2 fruit shops and decided to sell an equal number of apples in both shops, A and B respectively. A mother visited Shoppa and bought all the apples in the shop for her kids. But 1 apple was left after dividing all the apples among her children. If each child got 1 apple, what is the minimum number of apples in the carton? Answer. 12. That is the minimum possible number of apples for each child to have at least one. Number 6. Jenny has 10 chickens that lay eggs every day. She wants to give away her extra eggs to her neighbors, but she wants to give each neighbor an equal number of eggs. She figures out that she needs to give 7 of her neighbors' eggs for them to get the same amount. Otherwise there is 1 egg left over. What is the smallest number of eggs she needs for this situation to be true? Answer. The number of eggs must be 1 more than a number that is divisible by 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 since each of these numbers leaves a remainder of 1. Therefore, the total is 301 eggs. Number 5. Mrs. Sampson had 150 oranges. Of this, she gave Paul 15 oranges, Nick 50, and Ben 85 oranges. Your job, said Mrs. Sampson, is to sell the apples in the market in such a way that each of you brings home the same amount of money. How do they do it? Answer. The first buyer purchases 12 dozen oranges at $1 per dozen. Paul sells him 1 dozen and has 3 oranges left. Nick sells him 4 dozen and has 2 oranges left. And Ben sells him 7 dozen and has 1 orange left. Then a second buyer comes along and buys all their remaining orange for $3 apiece. The 3 brothers head home with $10 each. Number 4. A few playing cards are missing from a standard 52-card deck. 3 cards remain when you deal the entire deck to 4 people. And 2 cards remain when you deal the entire deck to 3 people or if you deal the entire deck to 5 people. How many cards are missing from the deck? Answer. 47 cards. If n is the number of cards left, n2 must be divisible by both 5 and 3, i.e. 15. We are told that a small number of cards has been lost, so the most likely number is 45, 3 by 15. 45 plus the remainder of 2 cards equals 47. Divide this by 4 and we get a remainder of 3. Number 3. You have 7 baseballs that all weigh the same except for 1, which is lighter than the others. Using a balance scale, how can you figure out which baseball is the lighter one if you only get 2 chances to weigh them? Answer. Start by putting 3 baseballs on each side. If the scales are even, then the baseball ball that was excluded is the lighter one. But if they aren't even, one side will weigh down while the other side rises up and one of the 3 baseballs on the lighter side is the light baseball. You can then take these 3 baseballs and put one on each side of the scale. If the sides are even, then the excluded baseball is the lighter one. And if they aren't even, then the one that is lighter is the baseball that you are looking for. Number 2. Jackson orders the combo platter for lunch every Wednesday. One day, he noticed that the amount he paid for his sushi platter was a rearrangement of the digits of the amount of money he had in his pocket. He also noticed that the money he had left over after paying was also a rearrangement of the same 3 digits. How much money did Jackson start with? Answer. Jackson started with $9.54. The value of the money can be written using 3 digits, so it has to be between $1.01 and $9.99. There is only one set of numbers that works. $4.59 plus $4.59 equals $9.54. Number 1. You have 2 hourglasses. One can measure 7 minutes, and the other can measure 4 minutes. Using only these hourglasses, how can you measure exactly 9 minutes? Answer. Start both hourglasses at the same time. Once the 4-minute hourglass runs out, flip it once. When the 7-minute hourglass runs out, flip that over. When the 4-minute hourglass runs out for the second time, 8 minutes would have passed and the 7-minute hourglass would have a minute's worth of sand below. Now flip the 7-minute hourglass, and let the 1-minute sand run out and 9 minutes will have passed. If you have come this far, hope you liked the puzzles. To see more videos like this, please like, share, comment and subscribe to Terrific Trivia and Fun Facts. Thank you for watching.